Alright guys, so we're here at Essen and we're here at the Monolith booth, and I'm here with Adnane, who I've actually taken to call him Batman, because I think it's just cooler, I guess.
Please do.
And if that wasn't clue enough, we're here to look at the Batman the board game, which is coming to Kickstarter next year in February, I believe.
February, exactly.
So yes, we're going to have a little bit of a brief overview of what the game is all about, and then we're going to get stuck into the mechanics, show off how the heroes fight and how the villains fight as well.
Exactly.
So, Adnane, take it away.
Yeah, hi guys, everybody. So this is Batman the board game. This is a miniatures board game for 2 to 5 players that plays around 60 to 90 minutes. It's a one versus many game, which means that you will have one of the players embodying the villain, who will play actually the bad guys. In the introductory scenario we are demonstrating here in Essen, it's Bane and his henchmen trying to blow up the abandoned subway under the Gotham Hospital, and the villain will play against the heroes, who will play in cooperation, trying to prevent him from achieving his objective or pursuing their own objective in the scenario. In the introductory scenario we play with Batman, Catwoman and Red Hood, but in the Kickstarter you will have of course all the iconic villains and the iconic heroes available.
Cool. So yeah, talking about some of the henchmen and things like that, we've got some of the henchmen here to show off. In this little demo we're going to be doing here, we're going to have Batman facing off against Bane in a classic Titanic struggle. But as you can see here, as is wonderfully demonstrating, you can see some of the different henchmen that you're going to get there in the box.
Yep, these are what we, well, let's say call them regular henchmen, which means that they can go with all the villains, because they are basically arms for hire, muscle for hire. But you will also have acolytes linked directly to a villain. For instance, you will have the Enigma acolytes, the Joker acolytes will have specific outfit. They will, of course, be related to the villain they work with. So you will also have those specific acolytes to play with.
Cool. So, let's just get stuck in. I want to start fighting things. I want to get the pow and the kawak and stuff from the TV show, yeah. So, who would go first in this scenario? So,
in this scenario, I'll start by explaining how it works very fast for the hero. Okay, everything revolves around this system of gems. Actually, I have to mention that this is early prototype for everything but the miniatures. The miniatures are very close to what you will have in a final product. The rest is, of course, work in progress. For instance, the heroes board here, we will have 2 thickness board, so that you will have recesses in the board to allow you to place your energy cubes so that they won't move around, and you will have the character sheet will be removable, that you will be able to change and adapt.
I'm just going to show off the hero board here, just so you can get a little bit of a closer look at it. So as zooms in, you can see the heroes represented in the middle. Exactly. You've got all their actions and stuff towards the side.
Their skills. Now all the skills are directly related to the associated action. And how it works, basically you have this energy, which is represented here by gems, but it will be by cubes in the final product, that you will assign to specific actions. Let's say, for instance, Batman moves in the area of Bane. Oh, let's go this way, so you have it on camera. And he wants to perform a melee attack. He wants to punch Bane. What the player will do is that he will assign a certain number of gems to that action. Okay, let's say he assigns 2 for the purpose of example. And when he assigns 2 gems in this action, he will grant him 2 red die to roll against Bane. We have 5 type of dice, actually 2 new since Conan, which is the system this game inherits from. We now have 5 dice, the white, which is, let's say, the weaker, the yellow, the orange, the red, and the black that you have here. Okay, so that gives you some kind of a range of power, okay, the one being the weakest, the yellow, the orange, the red, and the black. This is, of course, prototype. We're wondering if we're going to write pow, bam, on the dice. That would be fun.
I think we definitely should be seeing that on this game, or at least as like some kind of add-on or stretch goal, maybe. Yeah,
that would be fun. So let's say that to come back to our example, Batman wants to punch Bane. He assigned 2 gems, so he'll get 2 of these red dice, roll them, and inflict that many wounds to Bane. Okay, basically that's how it works. Same thing for range attack, manipulation to defuse bomb in the scenario. We also have a new characteristic from Batman since Conan, which is the intelligence reflection. We don't know how we're going to call it in English yet, which will allow us to play with riddles, clues, things to find like this. Of course, this is something that Conan seldom does, you know.
Whereas Batman is the greatest detective, and so it makes sense that he has some kind of ways to sort of solve the riddles of the Riddler, of course.
So if you go back to the heroes board, you see that Batman performs in red in terms of intelligence. So already the color of the dice tells you how the character performs in certain actions. That's what great about this game. In the first glance, you see what the character does, where he performs well, and you have all those skills associated to the actions. Here, in fact, when with Batman I punch a guy, I automatically get an extra success if I get at least one. I can also make a combo if I kill one. Oh well, if I put one to sleep, I can go to the other one in the same area. So you have a lot of skills like that we have created to make sure that we get the Batman flavor in the game.
Because of course, Batman doesn't kill people. Apart from in that one film where he did throw a bomb down a drain or something.
Die.
Oh no,
no, the guy is badly burned, but he's okay. He's okay.
And I see actually we also had some of these prototype cards here as well, so I'm going to show these off onto camera, but we've got the likes of the Batarang here.
One of the cool things we've added is that you have some of the characters in the game, the one of the Bat family, who actually have a Bat belt with a size associated to it, and at the beginning of a scenario, the heroes will be able to pick and choose which gadgets they want to start with. Okay, as long as it fits in their Bat belts, they can go, okay, I want to go with the grappling hook, okay, I want to go with the Batarang or the explosive gel or the scanner, depending on the scenario and how they want to play it.
That's pretty awesome. So obviously we've seen how Batman strikes out against Bane here and inflicting some wounds, but how would the nefarious Bane come back at Batman? How does it all sort of work here? Because obviously this is an evolution of what you did with Conan with the sort of river kind of thing mechanics.
Just like the same way the heroes spend gems to perform action, then they go to their fatigue. It works almost the same way for the villain. Okay, well, he also has some of these energy gems he has to spend. They will go in their fatigue when they are spent, but it kind of works different because he has these tiles which represent the units he controls on the board. Sometimes a tile may control only one unit, like for instance here we have this tile controlling Bane. Okay, but you can also have other tiles that control several henchmen, like for instance the Thug Uzi. In the scenario you have 4 Thug Uzi, which are not here, but in the scenario you'll have them, of course. Every time the Overlord, the villain, activates a tile, he will get to control all the characters represented by that tile, okay? So for instance, if here I want to activate Bane as the villain, Bane is in the 3rd position in my river, which means that if I want to activate that tile, I need to spend 3 gems from my available energy, place them in the fatigue, and then I can activate the Bane tile. And the cool thing about the system is that when I activate the tile, the others slide to the left, and this one goes to the far right, which means that I could activate Bane again, but now it costs 7. Okay, so there is this kind of resource management on the hero side and on the villain side, but the villain also has this tile management to make sure that he gets the tiles he wants to activate the cheapest.
Because that's one of the things that I thought was a really big thing in Conan, playing as the Overlord, getting stuck in, playing with that really big hero, maybe that Snake or something as the villains, and then realizing, oh no, I've got to wait until I use him again, and sort of trying to work out exactly how to do it. So it's got a little bit of a puzzling element to it, and you've got to really think tactically about what you're doing and stuff, which is obviously perfect for Batman as well. So
yeah, it works fine. Managing this tile system is actually one of the key factors for the villain to try and win the game.
And so all of the scenarios and stuff that we see, well, we're going to see in the Kickstarter, they're all going to be sort of focused towards very objective-based stuff, so trying to solve riddles, stop Bane and his crew from setting off bombs and things like that. Exactly.
It will be, well, the iconic plot lines of the comics that you will find, but also some things we are creating to make sure that we have scenarios that are really, it's basically a fighting game. Really, it's an Ameritrash and with resource management. That's what makes it cool. It's not only about rolling dice. It's also about managing your units and your energy. And what we will do in the Kickstarter, we know that people love campaigns. We will offer short campaigns, like 3, 4, 5 scenarios that focus on a specific plot of the comics. I don't know, like the Court of Owl, for those who know the comics, or the Long Halloween, things like this, that you will be able to replay those iconic moments.
And will there be sort of like carry-on between the different scenarios that you play each? Oh.
Yes. This is a campaign mode that we will offer, but several of them. Not only a big one with 18 scenarios, but shorter campaigns that you will be able to play in one evening with your friends and get to the bottom of it in one game session. A long game session, but one game session can get you to the end of the story.
There's nothing wrong with really, really long game sessions. Everyone should do those.
I agree.
Yeah, so there you go, guys. That's a brief look there at Batman, sort of how the mechanics work and sort of what you can look forward to when the Kickstarter comes next year in February, yeah?
Yeah, I should mention that, yes, it's coming on Kickstarter February, but I should mention that it's Kickstarter exclusive, which means that the game will not be available in retail. If you want to grab it, it will be during the campaign, and you won't be able to find it after. Okay.
So there you go, guys. We've actually taken some pictures of some of the amazing painted miniatures from here as well. So if you want to go and check those out, they'll be in the gallery below and throughout the rest of the live blog. We're going to be carrying on doing loads of awesome videos across the rest of the weekend for Board Game Geek, for YouTube, and for Beasts of War and things like that. So follow us along, check out everything we're doing, and we'll see you guys again soon in the next video.
See you guys.